You're welcome to my live session. Today I'm going to share with you how you can start your bakery, and I'm going to share some great ingredient tips with you. Please confirm if you're seeing this in the right way. Is it positioned in the right way? Thank you for joining my live, and you are not going to regret because I'm going to share with you great tips that no baker will ever share with you. So just confirm the right up on the board. I need a comment if you can see it clearly so that I will adjust it again. I'm just coming live now. Please just adjust for me, please. Can you please comment? Let me know quickly. If you can see what is on the board, then I have to continue. Please drop a comment if you can see what is on the board. If you can see what is on the board, so that I will continue the lecture. I want to. It is not. Oh God. Let's see how we'll get it, because I really want to teach you for free. How about this? Can you see what is on the board now? Please, somebody help us comment so that I will start the lecture now. Can you see what is on the board? Is it clear? It's not. Oh, okay. Let me turn it. Can you see it clearly? At this point, can you see it clearly? Please do the comment. Let me know if you can see it clearly so that I will continue. It's upside down. Oh. Is it okay now? I hope it's okay now. Yeah, so we can start, right? I'm trying to see how I will set it, because I have a lot of good things to share with you guys. If you can be patient with me as I set the system in the right way. Just bear with me. Let me just set it well for us. It's okay now. Good. And now let me adjust it. Good. So we can go now. We can start now, right? I have great tips and lectures for you guys, and you're going to enjoy it. Just take a pen and paper. Drop from number 7 down. Okay. I will rewrite that. I will rewrite it. I'll make it clear, okay? Now let's go. So you're welcome. I believe you can see me. Let me turn it, please, one more time. So that we can see ourselves. Is it okay? I'm trying to set this thing well. So, what is happening now? Please, I'm not used to coming live like this. That is why I'm finding it difficult to set it right. Okay? Just bear with me. No. Oh God. Help me, Lord, help me. Please, if you have any idea on how to do this, please help me. I don't know why the write-up is upside down. I want to be seeing you guys. This is the back side of my camera and it's showing right now, but I cannot see you guys. That's why I'm trying to see. This is okay, right? Okay. Now let's go. You said from 7, from here you cannot see it clearly. Just bear with me. I will put it in order. Is it too far? Good. Okay. Now this is preservative. This is preservative. This is milk. Eggs, water. You coming into, and you know Nigeria end of this video, of this live session, and you will not regret it. Now let's look at the first thing. These are the basic items you can use in making commercial bread. The first one is your flour, which is the basic ingredients and is the ingredient that holds everything together. And then we have the yeast that aids the the proofing or rising of your bread. We add yeast so that your bread will rise. In case you want to bake a particular type of bread that does not need to rise, you shouldn't use yeast. You can use baking powder. But if you want a fluffy, soft bread, you must use yeast. Some persons ask me whether he should use baking powder for bread. There's no need for baking powder. Otherwise, your bread will be crispy and somehow like a cake. And so, and then we have the butter. Butter is very nice. You can use margarine, you can use butter. The difference between margarine and butter is that margarine is from plant and butter is from animals. Like just the difference. But both of them can do the job. Now, if you are selecting the type of butter that you want to use, please go for the tasty one, the one that you can, if you test it using already made bread, test it, use it to eat bread. If it gives you that nice taste, it will in turn affect positively. That taste will be transferred to your bread when you are baking. So look for a good, tasty butter. And butter, apart from the nutritional value and making the bread nice and taste good, it acts as an emulsifier, as a binding agent. Take note of that. And then we have our sugar that act as food for the yeast, and also it also improve the sweetness of our bread. We also have our salt, flavor, preservative to prolong or to increase the shelf life of our bread. Milk is optional. You can bake without milk, but it's good because it gives you a very nice mouthfeel. The taste of milk when you are eating bread, that milkiness. And milk has a way of giving you a good aftertaste. That means after milk. Now, the next one is your eggs and then your water. We have a improver and softener. There are different brands of improver out there in the market. You can use the popular one is EDC. You have better bake, different types, both powdery and liquid. Choose any one. They are all good. Most of 90% of the improvers in the market are good. Now let's look at the softener. For me, there are two popular softeners in the market. The one that is an enzyme, ADV, that is called ADV. Take note of this. AD or advanced bake. This is advanced bake or ADV bread softener. This one is quite expensive but very effective. And then we have the other softener, I think from I've forgotten the brand, but it's red. The sachet is red, very cheap. This one is expensive. The other softener is very. I think I've seen more of two types of softeners. If you can actually use your eggs to soften your bread, but the quantity will be too much. You can use your egg and your butter to make a very soft bread, to make your bread very soft. But before you achieve that, the quantity will be too much, and that may lead to losses. So these are the items that you need for your bakery. Let me give you a minute so that you copy it down, and then we go take the next step. I just want to look at your response and then take some questions. If you have a question, you can drop and I will respond to it. Mohammed, I don't really understand your question. Brown bread also I need. I don't understand the question. Can you drop your question in the right way? Just take down what I've written so far, and then we will continue. You can drop your question, and if you have a challenge in your bakery, you can also drop, and then we will discuss it in detail. I believe you are done. I believe you are done with this. Now, the next thing I'm going to discuss with you is the causes of bread spoilage. If you are a bakery owner and your bread is always, like button, keep sharing. Let me check. We have about 11 persons in this like 16 on this like, and then we're having 2 likes. Please, 16 of you, I need 16 likes for me to discuss the causes of bread spoilage so that you know how to prevent it. Can you please give me a like? I need response now, please. Let's go. Let's go, please. Okay, you want me to discuss on cake bread? Click the like button first. Click the like button. Let's go. I need a like button. Please like. Somebody want us to discuss cake bread. If I have the time, I will break it down for you. But for now, we are looking at the fluffy, no milky or butter bread. So the causes of bread spoilage. There are different causes of bread spoilage. There are a lot of them, but I'm going to give you the ones that once we prevent them, every other thing will bow. That is it. So let's look at it. The first one is hygiene. Most of you don't clean your bakery. It's so dirty. When the bakery is dirty, contamination is inevitable. And so you have to learn after work for you to include in your mind that work you have closed for the day. The mixer must be cleaned. The mixer must be washed and cleaned. The work table must be properly cleaned and washed. The oven must be cleaned thoroughly. Most of the pans that you use for the day should be thoroughly cleaned. Although you don't wash your pans every day, but you should clean them every day. Clean the bakery. Make sure everything is clean, sparkling. It will help you to prevent contamination, and contamination is spoilage. That is the first tip. And then let me also surprise you. If you fix a lot of fans in your bakery, it's a bad thing, because fan is a dehydrator. It blows off all the moisture that's supposed to be retained in your bread and make your bread to be strong. And after 2 days or 3, your bread will start to scatter. And so in your bakery, do not install fan or AC. So the fan will make the bread dry. The AC or air conditioner will release a moist air, thereby giving creating a moist surface on the bread, and every part of the bread may be very good. And but if you check now, let's look at the next thing also, temperature. I think I should be writing it down. The first one is hygiene. I'll just abbreviate it, hygiene. The second one is, can you remind me, please? We have talked about hygiene, we talked about fan, and then let's look at the third one, which is temperature. Temperature, either low or high. Any of it can affect your bakery, your product rather. So let's look at the low part. If the temperature is low, let's say you are washing me from country where the temperature is so low, maybe there is snow, the weather of the area is so cold, and then because you have watched so many videos on YouTube that they use ice in mixing, you go and pour ice and start mixing, and then you add a little quantity of yeast, that dough will not rise and to lead to spoilage. And so if the weather of the day, the atmosphere is so cold, please increase the quantity of yeast and avoid using cold water. Use room temperature water, mix your dough, and it will give you good results. Now, if the temperature of the day is so cold and you do all these things, it will take a long time for the dough to rise, or it may even collapse after rising. So it's something that you can avoid. Why spend a lot of money buying too much yeast when you can just use room temperature water and mix? Some persons in the cold weather, really cold weather, you can actually use lukewarm water. That way it will activate the yeast and make the yeast to work well even when the environment is cold. The dough may not be cold. Now let's look at high temperature, because both low and high affect bread. Now if you bake your bread on the high temperature, if you load the oven and set the temperature of the oven above 200, let's say 220, 230, because you want to bake brown. When the external part is so brown, layer of the bread, and that bread will start to peel and scatter. So you see that you shouldn't use a high temperature to bake. Now you may be asking, what is the standard temperature or the required recommended temperature for baking? Recommended temperature for baking is 180 degrees centigrade to 220. Now this 220 degrees centigrade is not good. This is on paper. It will be on, don't follow it, don't set it the temperature to this time. Just end it at 200 maximum. If you're in a hurry, put it at 200 and it will help you. Now, if I'm the one baking, if I'm in your bakery, I will set my temperature to 190 degrees. This will give me golden brown, delicious, soft, nice bread. So always use this range between 190, 180, 190 to bake. Now, if you set your temperature at 180, you may bake it will take about 50 to 55 minutes to bake. Now, if you set it at 190, it may take you about 30 minutes to bake. If you set at 200, it will take you about 25 minutes to bake, which is not okay. You see that? And so you should make sure that the temperature of your oven is in the right order. Another thing that can cause bread spoilage during baking is if you forget to preheat your oven. Don't just load the dough and then you on the oven. That way, it may not be good result, because the bread may overrise and vomit and then collapse, or it will just collapse because the temperature is not enough for a long time. So what you do is you preheat the oven to at least 200 first, 200 degrees first, before you load the bread. And if you want to bake at 190, you now set it back to 190 and I want to send in your question. Can you talk about cost of starting up a bakery, please? Wow. Okay. Drop your question so that I will for you. Now, as you are asking of I'm responding to this one now on how to set up a bakery business. A cost. We dive in. We are diving in now. After this topic, we will dive in. And just stay with me. So now the next cause of bread spoilage is incomplete mixing. If you do not mix it properly, if you do not mix your dough properly or knead your dough, if you're using a milling machine, make sure the milling machine mills the dough until smooth. Now, if you're using a spiral mixer, make sure that the spiral mixer, allow the spiral mixer to do the job. Most times, people tell you that most bakers that come to train, go about training people, they may be right, they may be experienced in their work, but they make one mistake. You give somebody time that they should mix for 15 minutes or 16 minutes, 20 minutes. What brand are you using that gives you that timing? That is a big question that you should ask yourself. So I don't teach people, during mixing that you should use 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Instead, the dough gives you sign of complete mixing. When you are mixing, the dough will give you signs of complete mixing. You can check in my channel, you will see so many videos that I've created on mixing, or you can contact us and we will help you for that. So incomplete mixing can destroy your bread, because if you bake any bread that is not properly mixed, after 2-3 days, there will be spoilage. It will spoil. It will start to scatter. It will not be smooth. It will collapse. A lot of things can happen to that bread. Having said that, we are going straight to the cost of starting a bakery business. So we are going to look at the things that you need, know how much you need to set up a bakery business. You can come in. It's live, they are hearing you. Okay, now let's start the cost of setting up a bakery business. Let's try. Now let's look at the equipment. First of all, you have the mixer. Your mixer, the basic ones. I'm going to share with you the basic equipment you need. So as you grow, you can now buy other ones, to ease up the work. So for now, let's look at the basic equipment. Your oven. If you are living in an area where there's no power supply, like Nigeria, this is very important. So your power supply, then you have your mixer, your oven, your power supply. You need your pans. Scale. You need a scale. I'm going to give you the prices, okay? You need a scale. You need a slicing machine. Now, let's look at these ones for now. The mixer. There are different sizes and grades of mixers, but for you to start as a beginner, I will recommend the 25 kg capacity, which is about 1.5 million. 1.5 million naira for mixer. If you go for the half bag. Let me just write it in a way that everything will. Let's remove this one and bring it down. Slicing machine, right? And then 7, we have a table. So you need 1.5 million naira for your mixer, 25 kg. And then your own, let's go for the 3-deck 9-tray. The 3-deck 9-tray oven. The 3-deck 9-tray oven will cost you about 5 million. No, 5 million is the 4. You have about 4.5 million. And then your power supply. There are two ways. There are two things to consider here when we are talking about the power supply. If you buy this one, now if you want to buy the oven, there is electric oven and gas oven. And so if you are using the electric oven, that means your power supply must be something like the diesel engine, those soundproof, those big engines. Those are the ones you can use. And those ones has 3-phase, because it must be 3-phase power supply, because the electric oven is 3-phase power supply. It uses 3-phase power supply. If you describe it to those that are selling, if you don't understand, they know what just to spark. And then you buy, if you are buying the gas oven, then you should buy a single-phase mixer. The single-phase mixer, they will be able to, you'll be able to use the fuel generator to power it, and it will work for you. So you choose, if you don't have power supply in your area, then my advice is that you buy the 25 kg mixer, single phase, and also the oven should be gas. That way you will buy a smaller generator and reduce the cost. Now, if you are buying the smaller generator, I will advise you should buy the one of 1 million naira. You should buy the one of 1 million naira. Now, the cost of, if you are using the gas oven, that means we will need to include gas cylinder. There is no need to include the cost here, because we are trying to manage our space. And then you need your pans. Your pans will not cost you up to 1 million naira. So let's give 500,000 for your pans if you want to set it up. And then your scale is about 80,000 naira. Slicing machine is 650,000 naira. And then your tables, let's budget about 300,000 naira for our tables. So you can see these are the basic things you need. And then if you're buying the gas, the gas oven, you buy your gas cylinder, and you are good to go. You don't need to go about as a beginner. You can if you cost this is already 1.5 plus 4.5. This is already 6 million here, 7 million, and then we have 7.5, 8.3, 8.3 plus 600, and that is 8.95, 9 already, about 9 point something million already, of which you can also reduce it, because you may decide to buy the mixer, go for locally fabricated oven, or the firewood oven that is constructed by Nigerians. They are very good oven. It has the normal decks, but it's firewood. And so you put firewood at the back and it will do the job. That one costs the amount, and then you should have that number. Very, very important, so that competitor will not kick you out of business. Let me respond. Let me check more questions so that we'll continue. You're not seeing all these things. Yeah. Okay. Please position. Me, I cannot see. Now I need some questions so that we can continue. We just need one more question. Which of the area in your bakery business, you don't understand or you're facing challenges? Just drop the question, drop your like, drop the question, click the like button. We have 8 persons here and then 5 likes. That means 3 persons refuse to click the like button. Please, can you just like the video? It does not cost you anything. Like the video. Thank you. So starting a bakery business, it actually depends on the capital, how much you have, because there are, among all these ones, there are locally fabricated ones that you can. Among all these things I list here, there are locally fabricated ones, especially in Nigeria. Almost everything here can be locally fabricated. And then those ones are cheaper, but they have their own disadvantages. If you are a beginner, you may find it difficult to use the locally fabricated oven. But the firewood oven is very good. So it depends on your location. In bakery business, profitability depends on 3 major factors. Number 1 is your recipe. Number 2, your location. Number 3, your management. Who is managing the business? Who are your workers? I will explain it in details so that you will understand. So if you are planning to step into the business and you don't know whether the business is lucrative or not, look, bakery business is very, very lucrative, depending on the 3 factors I mentioned. Now, teach one by one. The first one is your recipe. You don't just accept any recipe from any baker and start using. You may run at loss, or your customers will complain, and then the business will not grow. Your recipe must have 2 qualities. Number 1 is profitable. Your recipe must be profitable, and then acceptable. If your recipe lack these 2 factors, check whether it's showing. If your recipe lack these 2 factors, no matter what you do, you will always have one problem or the other. And so, as a beginner, you must be sure that your recipe is profitable and at the same time acceptable. That means the customer, after baking, the bread must be acceptable. People will like the taste, the aroma, and the texture, the quality of your bread. At the same time, that type of quality is giving you profit. So how do we come up with this kind of recipe? That is why you have to consult those that knows how to do it well. Now, the next factor is your location. I told you guys that I'm going to give you the best here, and it's for free. So all you need is to just click the like button. Keep liking this video. It's a motivation. Located that in that area, definitely these people, they like quantity and not quality. And when your bread is big and then you are selling it at a low price, you don't expect much gain. And when you bake a bag of flour in that type of area, your profit may be from 15,000 per bag, from 15,000 to 30,000 per bag as profit, still depending on your recipe. Do you see that? Now, if your bakery is located where you have the elites, the rich, or the middle class, people that want quality and not quantity, that area you will be able to supply to superstores for a higher price, supply to people who need quality, who value quality more than quantity, and that way you can fix your own price. If you are supplying to the streets and retail stores in Nigeria, those retail stores scattered in every street of Nigeria or any place you are living, if you are supplying to those retail stores, you may not make high profit, because those retail stores, there's a fixed price for each loaf of bread, every size, especially in Nigeria. You cannot just fix your price. But if you are supplying to superstores, or you have your own store, bread store, where people come and buy direct from you, you can fix your own price and nobody will query you. But if you are supplying to streets and local stores that the competition is so high, you must follow the regulation of the union. So if you are supplying to the elites, one bag can give you up to 70K, between 70K to about 100K. You can see the difference. So it depends on your location. If you're supplying to Ella, because one loaf of bread that you sell on the street for 1,000 naira, the same loaf of bread, the same quality, the same recipe, you sell it to the elites for 1,500. So you can see the difference. Most times it's even 2,000 naira. I'm telling you from experience. So location matters. Now, how do you bridge this gap? You don't just target your customer 200 naira per profit for you, and then they sell it at high price, whatever price they are selling. Just make sure that they accept your bread for you to place your bread on their showcase or on their rack, for sale. If you get at least 5 or 10 of those superstores, your profit can increase from 30 to 50 or 70,000. That is the logic. So you can be in the village and target some stores out there, supply and make more money. Now let's look at the next factor, which is management. If you employ thieves in your bakery, they will ruin your bakery. There will be complaints every day. There will be one issue or other. The vehicle got spoiled while we are going for supply. The mixer break down. One thing or the other there will be issues upon issues. Those issues don't actually exist. They are the ones just bringing up issues like that so that they will extort money from you. And so the manager must be wise enough to know that this is not right and put things right. Also, one of the things in problems you will encounter if you're in Nigeria, in Ghana, in most of these neighboring countries, or in African countries, one of the major challenges you will encounter is theft. The people steal bread anyhow. Your workers, they will steal it for sale, eat it anyhow. So there must be rules. There must be laws in the bakery, in the factory, that if you are caught, this is the implication. Don't eat bread without permission. And then one of the easiest way to monitor that is during molding, as the production is going on, any loaf that is panned, as you cut mold and pan, somebody is standing by counting every loaf. And then during baking, that same person will be there close to the bakery, close to the oven, to confirm that no loaf got burnt or damaged. That way they cannot tell you that when you finish counting during baking, some loaf got burnt. No, you stood there to confirm. And so you go to the sales girl or to the storekeeper and give him or her, this is the quantity of bread that is in this store. You've been able to cut off direct, and then you'll be able to control those that go out for supply. Anything, you just give them the rule. Anything more than 2,000 naira, call me so that I will come and fix it by myself. 2, don't give my bread on credit more than so amount. That way you'll be able to cut off the lies that we supply to some stores and they have not paid us. They said next week, and they'll use their bread to replace that one and just be posting you like that, and you will never recover. So once you give them the rule that no, as you're taking this batch, let's say 5 bags out, you shouldn't give credit more than 2,000 naira or 3,000 or 5,000 naira. Anything more than that you pay with your salary, you will be able to have checks and balance. Another thing, if you use distributors, it will also help you, but distributors, most of them are not reliable. You are not seeing. I should convert it to dollar. I mean, it's not a Nigerian. Can eat one. Thank you for watching. For today, I want to end the live session here for today. See you in our next video. Next time when we come up, please do well to join us. Bye for now. God bless you. We have about stop.